John, first of all, just give us a bit of an update where you are with transfers and stuff. The window is open, and I know you're looking. How difficult is it to try and get the type of player that you're after in this window?
Well, you're competing with everybody else, but it's getting the right ones. And as I say, we've got covered pretty much in every position. Obviously, looking to bring people in who you think will improve us, but also you're cautious of bringing people in where teams want a ridiculous amount of money for them. So it's just getting the balance, whether it's worthwhile bringing somebody in, but they've got to be better than what we've got. And at the moment, I'm not seeing a lot out there that's any better than what we've already got.
I suppose, like you say, it is a matter of getting value for money, isn't it? Because it's easy to sign players, but whether or not, in 6 months' time they'll actually turn out to be a good signing is a different thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of players out there, but as I say, it's much of a muchness, and you're looking for those one or two players who are going to make a big difference to us, as we've proved, especially in recent games. I think the last 8 games our form was really good. It's up there with majority of teams, so you're wary of not disrupting that. But obviously we're looking hard to try and get the right ones in, because we can do if we want to.
Is wages a big thing? Because I know you'll probably be looking at loan players, won't you? And is that a big thing now when you come to deal with clubs, perhaps particularly in a higher league, who might want you to pay a certain percentage of a wage?
Yeah, and it's getting worse. You think these teams at the top level would want the players to go out and get games, but we're finding more and more that they're trying to recoup money more than developing their own players. So it is becoming more expensive to get an under 23 in. We're looking at the situation where with Jake Taylor, where that was good for both parties. He came in and wasn't on a great deal of money, hadn't proved himself. Now he's proved himself, then obviously he's got a value to him. But prior to that, he hadn't. But you're getting teams who are similar situation to Forest or bigger teams, and they want money before they've done anything.
For the other end of the spectrum then, like in terms of experienced pros, perhaps at this level or League One, is the situation there similar, that clubs don't want to let them go, or that they're on big money or want fees?
Yeah, and the ones that are being let go, they've been let go for a reason. If you're down at the bottom or you've got a chance to get into the playoffs, and most teams are in that situation, then you want to keep your best players. So it's always difficult in January, but you just got to keep going, and then hopefully as you get closer to the deadline, somebody pops up who you want.
Is perhaps waiting until the summer a better option, as you said, to get that value for money out of players?
It's usually the case. As I say, it's got to be right for the football club, and it's got to improve us. But no, it is easier, obviously, coming into the summer.
Well, let's just talk about the players who are here at the moment. Mark Cullen in particular, who you played at the weekend. He played a very different role to that Tom Pope would normally do. Were you pleased with how he kind of adapted and the different side of the game he can offer your team?
Yeah, I thought he played really well. He looked fitter than what he's done previous. Obviously, he's had his injury problems and hadn't had enough games. But I thought on Saturday we probably saw the best of Mark, and it was a shame he didn't score, because we all know that a big part of his game is his finishing. He's a very good finisher, but now he linked up well with the midfield and got the ball out wide to David Worrell and David Amu, and I was really pleased with him.
Can he play that role consistently, the one up top that you've preferred, as opposed to, say, a bigger man like Richie Bennett or Tom Pope, somebody like that?
Yeah, he's played there the majority of his career on his own, whether it was with Luton or whether it was with Blackpool. That was, he's more often played as a lone striker than with two. So I never knew that, obviously, when I brought him in.
And when you come to picking a team now, I suppose it's made it really hard for you to take him out now, hasn't it, because of the way he's played? If he'd come in and not done very well, it makes it an easier decision, does it?
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want players who are going to come in and provide competition for everybody else, and we have got that through the majority of the team. We've got healthy competition. It's like you were saying about bringing players in, but I don't think in any position we haven't got cover. So going into the rest of the season, at least we're in a healthy position, even if we don't bring anybody in.
I know you mentioned about Adam Crooks and Manny being on the way back now. How far along are they now? We expect to see them around the first team?
Yeah, the training with the rest of the lads today, so that'll be the first time they're involved in the football side of it. Obviously we're cautious because of what's happened previous, but I would think in the next week or two they'll be involved in the squad.
I know everybody says like having Manny back's like a new signing, but I suppose you've really got to be careful with him, because you've had times when he's come back into the team, he's looked fit, and then he's broken down again. So is there kind of a bit of a gamble in seeing how fit he is at this stage?
It's always a gamble when somebody's had injuries like that, but we can't do any more than what we've done with him. He'll be back in training, be doing all the things that he should be doing, and then it's up to Manny's body whether he breaks down or not. We can't have done any more. He's had the operation, which should cure his hamstring problem, but you never know. Hopefully he's going to be more robust now. We'll be careful with him, but once they start playing games, then we'll know for sure whether he's going to be able to play consistently.
I know we talked to you at the weekend about Nathan Smith's contract and him being open to it. There are one or two who have still got to get their future sorted out as well. From the manager's point of view, is that concerning that you can't afford to long-term plan at this stage because you don't know where they're going to be?
Well, it's nice when, as I say, you've got players who you want to re-sign. It shows that they're doing well. I think they're all enjoying being at the football club at the moment. So again, when it comes to negotiations with them, we've got a better chance this year of re-signing them than what we would have had last year. So no, I think we're in a good position as a football club, and if players who we've got don't want to sign, I'm sure there's plenty out there who'd want to sign for Port Vale now.
We talked about Nathan, but David Worrell's another one who's been really impressive this season. Excuse me. I'm supposing you want to get him sorted out as well, because he's kind of integral to the way you play with the front three. Yeah,
David's done well. He's enjoying his football. He's got involved now with the academy. So I'm sure David would want to sign for us if he can. So, but as we said before, that once you start talking to players, then the floodgates open, and what you don't want to do is some lads who you might want to leave until the end of the season before you sign. It starts to play on the mind, and then obviously the performances go down a little bit. So we're just trying to keep everybody hungry, really, and if somebody does well, then they've got more chance of signing.
Are you in a position to try and convince those players to do that as the manager? I mean, can you do anything other than get out there, coach them, and getting them winning, or does all that kind of go on upstairs with the money people?
You're always trying to convince people to sign for the football club, and that comes from how you treat people day in, day out. Sometimes it will come down to money. Sometimes it will come down to how they feel and how they're playing. But no, it's just the norm as being a football manager, how best to negotiate for the football club.
One last thing, are you sick of being 10th every week?
I'd prefer to be 10th than 20th, I know that, than where we were last year. But no, as you rightly say, that we seem to get into a decent position. We sort of climbing up that hill and we keep sliding back a little bit. We just want to get over the hill and start to push on a little. But no, we've got some tough games coming up. But as I say, the last 8 games, the form table shows that we should be in and around the playoffs. if we can keep that going till the end of the season. So, yeah, it's not a bad position to be in at this time of the season.